This is Activity 5.5 on page 104, Resolving Resource Conflicts. The file that we'll be working with in this activity is titled HR Manual Allocations. While you were out of the office for a couple of days, your colleague assigned the remaining resources to tasks in the HR Manual project plan. You would like to view the data to ensure that the resources have been assigned to tasks correctly. You look at the Gantt chart and see several red icons for some tasks, indicating that some resources have been burdened with too much work. You decide to fix these problems before you hear complaints from the project team. So we're going to start by opening up our file. I'm going to go to Open and Browse, and you want to make sure you're in your Managing Project Resources folder. And we're going to select the file HR Manual Allocations. Again, make sure, double check that you're selecting the correct one and click Open. And before we make any changes, we're going to make a copy of our file by going to File, Save As, and selecting Managing Project Resources folder. And we're just going to update our name to My HR Manual Allocations and click Save. Number 3, resolve an over-allocation in the to research phase using the task inspector. So you want to make sure you're in your Gantt view, your Gantt chart view. And in the task entry table, we're going to select 2.2, review common industry practices. So that's row 4. And our Gantt chart indicates that two resources, HR Manager and also Project Manager, are assigned to this one-day task. I'm just going to bring my dividing line over a little bit. So you can see that's a one-day task, two resources assigned to this. You can see in our indicators column, we have what we know as our Burning Man icon, telling us that resources have been over allocated. If we right click on this red icon, this displays our shortcut menu, and from here we want to select Fix in Task Inspector. And that's going to open up our inspector pane to the left here. It's going to tell us that the reason for the overallocation, resources overallocated due to work on other tasks. And that's for the project manager. We're going to select Move Task to Resources Next Available Time. You're going to get an error message. Project cannot resolve the overallocation of Project Manager on Tuesday, August 6, 2024. To continue leveling other overallocated resources, click Skip. To continue leveling and skip overallocations that cannot be resolved, click Skip All. To stop leveling, click Stop. To remove the effects of leveling on the Resource tab, click Clear Leveling. We're going to hit our Stop button. So number 4, why is project unable to level the project manager for task 2.2? If you look at task 2.2 and 2.3, let me scroll over here for you. The task 2.2 and 2.3 have a start-to-start relationship, and the first task cannot be moved without moving the second, which is an impossibility. So we're going to examine the reason why the task inspector can't resolve the overallocation conflict. We're going to select, let me scroll back over, 2.3, review government regulations. The Gantt chart indicates that 3 resources are assigned to this 2-day task that starts on the same day as the previous task, 2.2. With 3 resources working 8 hours for 2 days, the total work is 48 hours. However, the project manager is assigned to both tasks, so Tuesday, August 6, 2024 is the conflict. In our task inspector pane, we're going to view the reason for the overallocation. So resources overallocated due to work on other tasks. Again, project manager. But it doesn't tell you very detailed information in this message. We also need to look at the dependencies between the tasks. So we're going to select View Overallocated Resources in Team Planner. So this is going to switch us over to our Team Planner view. In Team Planner view, we can see that Project Manager is scheduled to work on 2 tasks on Tuesday. So let's select this and hit our scroll to task so we can see that. So you can see these 2 tasks are assigned to our project manager on Tuesday, August 6th. Review common industry practices and also review government regulations. All right, we're going to switch back over to our Gantt chart view. We're going to select task 2.3. So it shows up, you want your inspector pane still open. And we're going to select Move Task to Resources Next Available Time. The overallocation icons are removed, and the duration of task 2.3 has been extended now to 3 days. The 2 attorneys will work on the first 2 days, and the HR manager will work on the second and third days. We can close out of our task inspector. And next, in number 6, we're going to view leveling in the leveling Gantt chart. On your view tab of your ribbon, you're going to select your drop down arrow for Gantt chart, and we're going to select leveling Gantt. So right now we can't see any of our Gantt bars, so we're going to select scroll to task. And if you look at your Gantt bars, the gray bars represent the task before the conflict was addressed. The blue bars represent the task after the conflict has been fixed. So now it shows that it requires 3 days. So that's what we're looking at here for 2.3. Number 7, examine an overallocation in the 6 review phase. We're going to switch back over to our regular Gantt chart view. We're going to scroll down in our task entry table to the review phase, which is number 6 on row 21. And we're going to select 6.1. You can see we have some overallocations and resources here. We're going to select 6.1, Review with Legal Department, and we want to scroll to that task to view our Gantt bars for this. You can see we have Attorney 1, Attorney 2, VP, PMO. Number 8, can you identify the source of the over-allocation? If you look, you can see that just by looking at these here, so we have Attorney 1, Attorney 2, and VP, PMO. From Monday the 16th to Tuesday the September 17th. But if you look down, task 6.3, Review with Senior Management, Travel Expense, VP Finance, we also have the resource VP PMO assigned to this particular task on those same exact days. So that's where that over allocation of resources is coming from. So we're going to resolve that over allocation without using our task inspector this time. For task 6.1, we're going to right click our Burning Man icon, and we're going to select Reschedule to Available Date. So now the task has been extended and split across 3 days, so the VP PMO is not assigned to both tasks on that same day. And that's indicated, you can see in your Gantt bars, these dotted lines. That's what that is signifying. So this particular task has been extended so that VP PMO can work up to Thursday, what was that, Thursday the 19th, and it's not being over allocated with the task number 6.3, Reviewing with Senior Management. All right, now number 10, resolve an over allocation in the 8 publication phase by reassigning a task to another resource. If we scroll down, you can see we have some over allocation of resources here. We're going to select 8.1, Distribute to Employees, and I'm just going to scroll to that task. And you can see we have the operation manager scheduled on the same day for 8.1 and 8.2. We're going to double click on 8.1 to open our task information dialog box. And we're going to change our operations manager from that drop down, and we're going to assign the HR associate instead and click OK. And you can see now that that conflict, that over allocation of the operation manager has been removed because now we're using a different resource in task 8.1. And if you want to scroll through your task entry table, you can see we have no Burning Man icons anymore. All right, we're going to go up to our quick access toolbar and save our updates, and we can close out of our file. And you can leave project open if you'll be continuing on to chapter 6 right now.